Okay, so the digital revolution. Some little tips to think about. It's all about the social conversation, guys. If you're not talking, if you're not having a two-way conversation, nobody is listening, okay? There is no point in complaining or moaning or having a gripe about your digital footprint or your success online if you are not talking to your audiences. It's absolutely vital. You're not going to get it right in the first week, maybe in the first 6 months or the first year. You need perseverance. In the absence of money, you need to spend time. Okay, so you don't have the money, you've got to spend time. And people always query and question and challenge me on return on investment when it comes to digital marketing, because they're spending so much time, they're not getting the benefits. But you have to stick with it. It's all about the social conversation. News is broken on social media. Completely. Families hear news first on social media. News outlets continue the story in social media. This is absolutely true. The news might start as it starts from a press release or a breaking news story, but it continues and the thread continues and the public have a say in that story. Citizen journalism is a very new concept. For anyone who was following the Charlie Hebdo story over the past week, a lot of that news was made up of citizen journalism photos. The video of the police officer being shot was by a bystander. Google is ranking brands based on the social conversation. I've told you that, so try and remember that. There are now jobs in Web 2.0 that didn't exist 7 years ago. We've got online PR executives, community managers, SEO managers, data analytic managers, lots and lots of jobs that are brand new because this is an evolving field. So I just want you to ask yourself, how social is your business? Do you have a website? Do you have social media? Do you have content? Content is the intellectual property that you or your business holds. Yes, you do have content, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. Are you sharing it? And the other concept of the social web, which is really acceptable and very powerful, is called curating. So it's curating news, events, articles, videos, any type of content from the social web and putting it on your platforms. And that is perfectly okay once you credit the source. Okay, so PR and social are inextricably linked. They are, they absolutely are. And PR practitioners need to upskill, update, and realize that it's no longer just about the press release and who's in your little black book of contacts in terms of the media. You now need to be thinking about the customer because they are the influencer. The middlemen have almost been taken out because you're having a one-way conversation or two-way conversation with the end user. 65% of US social media users get news on just one social network. So people are getting news on the go socially. The hashtag became the news very quickly, didn't it? So that was like a map, a heat map showing the reach of the hashtag on Twitter. So the hashtag #JeSuiCharlie has generated millions of tweets, with Twitter France reporting more than 5 million. What date is that? That was on Saturday. So about 4 or 5 days after it. And that became the news, didn't it? You know, the traditional news agencies were reporting #JeSuiCharlie. And that's how inextricably linked traditional and online are now. Similarly on Instagram, CNN went on Instagram and just said solidarity for the victims of France terror attacks, spreading worldwide with #JeSuiCharlie. I am Charlie. Authorities are on a manhunt for the 3 gunmen. So you can see that, what are they doing? The news is changing. The news of the manhunt was there, but actually the news of the citizen journalists and the news of what the people were feeling and that sentiment on the social web was actually getting equal exposure. Hence the argument that I make that the social web is all about people, and the news agencies don't have as much control as they used to. They still have control, but the voice of the people, okay, is just as important.